GH star Maurice Benard has been hinting at retirement for a while now. This week, Sonny finds himself in danger on the daytime soap. Is the show killing Sonny off so the actor can retire? Keep reading for the latest on the rumors. As a mob boss, Sonny is always on the verge of dying. He survived multiple shootouts and car bombs, one of which took his beloved wife. Lily, the character, always survived any attempt on this life, mainly because of the actor's popularity and place on the show. But this time, fans think it might finally be the end of Sonny. He's in a war with Jen Sidwell, who wants revenge against Sonny. Viewers recently found out that Sonny's latest love interest, Natalia, is Sidwell's ex-wife. She spilled to Sidwell about Sonny's ongoing health problems with his heart. The mob boss has kept his family in the dark, even though he's scheduled for open heart surgery this week. He finally confessed to Carly about the surgery. Lucky for him, she insists on going with him and might just save his life when a nurse tries to inject something into his IV. But if Carly is too late, could that mean the end of Sonny? Soap fans can suspend belief for a lot of outlandish storylines, including Marlena Evans getting possessed by the devil on Days of Our Lives. However, for some GH fans, Sonny being in danger again was just too unbelievable. Check out some of the comments on social media slamming the storyline. Again, where are Sonny's bodyguards? A guy that people at his door 24/7 is left alone all the time now. A mob boss without bodyguards when it's convenient. Do better, writers. This is insulting to the viewers when Sonny spent years with 2 bodyguards around him at all times, especially when he was hospitalized. So someone tries to kill Sonny, but Natalia told Sidwell. Can we get rid of her now? Did the writers totally forget about Sonny's bodyguards? He used to always have protection and a driver. Now he drives his own cars and never a bodyguard. Who is that walking in Sonny's room with a needle? I hope he's not leaving the show. See, this Sonny heart surgery story isn't interesting because we know you're not going to kill him off. Several fans agree that the soap opera won't kill Sonny off, but all bets are off if Maurice Benard is leaving. Maurice Benard has played Sonny for 32 years. Before that, he was on All My Children. After over 3 decades in soap operas, is the actor ready to move on? He hosts a mental health vlog on YouTube called State of Mind that he recently said he would like to do full-time eventually. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The wait, it would appear, is over. In the April 25 episode of General Hospital, Willow arrives in Germany ready to face Michael at the burn clinic, where he's been recovering from the explosion at adoptive father Sonny's penthouse. The moment promises to be epic for 2 reasons. First of all, the tension will be so thick between the estranged spouses that you could cut it with a scalpel. Not only did Willow cheat on Michael with his uncle Drew, she's forged forward with a relationship with the older man, and even given him the right to make decisions for her and Michael's kids should she become incapacitated. At the same time, Michael is keeping a doozy of a secret, that when he found out about Willow and Drew, he had a one-night stand with ex-girlfriend Sasha, and the baby she's now carrying is his, not Jason's, as she's led everyone to believe. The second reason this face-to-face is destined to be memorable is that it should offer us our first glimpse of the actor who's been tapped to succeed Chad Duell as Michael. You'll recall that word recently leaked in unfortunate fashion that a recasting call had gone out. General Hospital could always pull a fast one on us and have Michael refuse to see Willow at the clinic, thereby paving the way for an even more dramatic reveal next month. General Hospital spoilers preview for Friday, April 25, reveals that Drew Kane will deal with some escort drama, while Kristina Davis faces a crushing blow. Carly Spencer also has some disturbing Sonny news ahead of her, so let's discuss all the looming shockers. At the hospital in Los Angeles, Sonny will survive his heart procedure. The real threat to Sonny's safety will be the hit that a fake nurse is about to carry out. It appears Colette Moreau may be the one who loads up a lethal syringe and tries to eliminate Sonny. Will Carly or someone else come along to thwart the attack? After Carly seeks updates from Sonny's doctor, she might enter her ex's room and find some chaos waiting for her. The GH preview video shows that Carly may make an alarming discovery, but this could also give her a heroic moment depending on how all this plays out. Back in Port Charles, Brooklyn Quartermain will push Lulu Spencer to drop her adoption story and stop stirring up trouble. Dante Falconeri will interrupt Lulu and Brooklyn's confrontation, so they'll have to answer some tricky questions about why they're ripping into each other. At GH, Molly Lansing Davis will become determined to alert Kristina Corinthos Davis to the papers she discovered, the ones that could have her sister committed. After Molly fills Cody Bell in on her urgent mission, she'll track Kristen down and show her what came from Diane Miller's bag. Kristina will flip out when she realizes Alexis Davis had the paperwork drawn up to put her in a psychiatric facility. Next, Ava Jerome will throw her power around and tell Alexis about a payment schedule change. Alexis will no doubt get fed up with Ava and all her orders, but there won't be much she can do. At some point, Kristina will inevitably grill Alexis about the papers to have her committed. Alexis may come clean about Ava's blackmail, as well as Diane's pressure to throw Kristina in a mental institution for a legal defense. Kristina will ultimately realize Ava and Rick Lansing know the truth about the car sabotage, so she'll panic as her world comes crashing down. The fact that Alexis almost had Kristina committed will be a devastating blow, so she may seek reassurance that her mom won't resort to that. Meanwhile, Nina Reeves will take the next steps when it comes to her escort trap for Drew. Portia Robinson may have some reservations about Nina's scheme, but she'll get roped into helping anyway. Will Jacinta successfully seduce Drew as part of this strategy? Will Drew cheat on Willow, or could Nina at least make it look like he did for the congressman's escort scandal? At the clinic in Baden-Baden, Willow Corinthos will be ready to visit Michael Corinthos and have a long overdue discussion about their children. Unfortunately, Willow may not get the chance. Drew seemed a little too understanding about the whole trip, so he could secretly use his money and connections to make sure Willow can't see Michael. It's also possible Carly will be behind the move to stop Willow, but Drew makes the most sense under the circumstances. It could add to the list of Drew's dirty behavior and give Willow something else to uncover about him later. General Hospital spoilers hint that Sasha Gilmore Corbin may say 6 emotional words to Jason Morgan as a real love story begins. There's a good chance Jason and Sasha will enter a romantic relationship, so let's consider how things might play out. Sasha initially resisted the idea of Jason looking out for her while Michael Corinthos was gone, but she's come to appreciate his support in many ways. When Jason showed up for Sasha's recent ultrasound, she seemed genuinely glad to have him by her side. Sasha and Jason have shared plenty of close moments thanks to this fake baby daddy situation, so we see the potential for a sweet family here. That's especially true since Sasha has been bonding with Danny Morgan as well. Jason, Danny, Sasha, and her little one could all come together as a family unit at some point. Of course, Sasha and Jason recently faced a bump in the road since he found out about her lucrative deal with Jen Sidwell. However, Jason's concerns are coming from a caring place, and that just adds to the notion that his relationship with Sasha could take a romantic turn sooner or later. It may be Sasha who ultimately sends her storyline with Jason in the direction of love. That brings us to the 6 emotional words Sasha may say to Jason. I have real feelings for you. What started out as a fake father solution could turn into a very genuine love story if this keeps up. Will Sasha eventually come clean about falling for Jason and hope that he feels the same? Naturally, Michael's return could shake things up, and make all this more complicated down the line. Once a Michael recast heads back to Port Charles, he may want to claim his child. That could make a mess of everything Jason and Sasha have been building in recent months, but they could still find a path forward together. Regardless, plenty of fans have been making predictions about Sasha and Jason's new romantic chapter. GH writers have certainly been teasing this possibility, so stay tuned for updates on Jason and Sasha's potential future as a couple. General Hospital spoilers reveal that plenty of viewers are still rooting for a Sam McCall survival story. Could there be a major twist that revives Kelly Monaco's character? Monaco's firing definitely outraged a lot of fans, especially since Sam had been a staple on the ABC soap for so long. Sam faced a grim fate due to Cyrus Renault's Digitalis overdose, but is she really gone forever? Any demise can be undone in the soap world, so that's something to keep in mind. Most viewers are willing to accept any explanation if it means getting a fan favorite back on screen. That brings us to Daniel Goddard's recent social media post about Professor Dalton's mentor and idol, Sir John Gurdon. Gurdon is best known for his pioneering research on cloning and nuclear transplantation, so this could be a clue about Professor Dalton's connection to a cloning story. It certainly wouldn't be the first time a daytime drama went in a wild clone direction. Could this pave the way for a twist that could bring Sam back to the canvas? GH fans saw a woman who appeared to be Sam face a grim fate at the hospital, but there's no proof that was the real Sam. It'd be easy to rewrite it so a Sam clone was swapped in and died instead. The real Sam could be in captivity somewhere in desperate need of a rescue. This feels like the kind of storyline that could have Victor Cassadine written all over it if he's alive too thanks to a deceased clone fake-out. At this point, Sam fans just want to see her back on the show. If it takes some crazy clone drama to make that happen, then so be it. Of course, there's always the possibility that Sam could be recast somewhere down the line, but most viewers would no doubt prefer to see Kelly Monaco in the role again. Do you think there's a chance Sam might get a resurrection story? Could a clone shocker set that up eventually? Sam's name has been mentioned more often lately, so we'll see if that leads to any predictions about her stunning comeback. Tracy has a lunch meeting, and she's making an offer to somebody. She's meeting with Ezra Boyle. He's that new character who's a whole lot of fun, the one who is conspiring with Drew and causing a lot of problems for Laura Spencer. But he's also very anti-Sonny Corinthos. It sounds like Tracy may be offering to support Ezra in a run for mayor against Laura because of that anti-Sonny stance. However, Tracy is tricky and slippery, and she does know he's allied with Drew, who she hates. Ezra wants to know if Tracy is willing to put her money behind all that she's saying, so it will be interesting to see which side of the fence Tracy is playing. Jason Morgan butts heads with Carly Corinthos Spencer. He is going to tell her that he has advised Willow Tate to go to Germany and just talk to Michael Corinthos. Of course, Carly isn't going to like that. Jason's of the mindset that the only two people that can fix this situation are Michael and Willow, that they can work it out for themselves. And they should without Carly interfering, or Nina Reeves or Drew Jason is advocating for Carl or anyone. Jason wants Carly to stay out of it. But then she's already taken steps with Diane Miller to blindside and to just cause problems. Typical Carly interference that turns out to be a bad idea. We'll see how it goes, but Willow is still going to go to Germany. Carly is still going to interfere though. Laura has to defend herself against somebody. She's talking to someone who is insisting that they have to get Sonny's presence with the mob and all that off of the peers. Laura's worried that pulling him out will just let somebody in that may be more dangerous, like better the devil you know kind of thing. We'll see if she's talking to Ezra or Anna Devane or anybody in town that is anti-Sonny. Dante Falconeri and Lulu Spencer are trying to figure out their family dynamics, specifically about Rocco Falceroni. Lulu may be pushing again to get her own place and have Rocco move in with her. Drew reacts to what Willow tells him, and she's a little taken aback. He may not handle it well that she's gone to Jason, who advised her to go to Germany, and it looks like she is packing her bag. She is going to head over there to see Michael, and I don't think Drew is going to like that, because Jason advised it and he hates him. Drew, for as big as his ego is, he may worry that her seeing Michael might have Willow talked out of being with him or moving in with him, or any of the progress that he's been able to make. Willow tells Drew that she has to face him and she's going to do it. Portia Robinson and Nina talk. This is fresh off her talk with Carly, of course, and then she betrayed Nina, and Portia advises Nina that the simplest way to drive Willow and Drew apart is just to tell her. It sounds like Portia is saying, Nina, go ahead and tell your daughter that you slept with Drew. And I agree, it needs to come out, and it needs to come out of Nina's mouth before Drew decides to drop the bombshell for some reason or somebody else does, because other people know. Tracy and Ned Quartermain know, for instance, as does Cody Bell. Molly Lansing Davis issues a warning, and it's to her dad, Rick Lansing. Maybe it's about driving carefully, maybe it's about Ava Jerome. Of course, Rick really wants Molly to know what Kristina Corinthos Davis did. But Alexis Davis has begged him, and of course it would cut off Ava's gravy train, so Rick is in a real rock in a hard place situation. Cody is up at GH on Thursday. He needs a doctor, and I wonder if he's going to run into Molly. I enjoy them together. Recent developments in General Hospital have intensified interest around Kai Taylor, the rising college football star whose enigmatic family situation continues to spark speculation. As Kai faces a life-altering surgery, the unresolved mystery surrounding his absent parents is poised to take center stage in Port Charles. Kai's storyline has drawn attention not only due to his athletic potential, but also because of the conspicuous absence of his parents during critical medical moments. Despite facing a career-threatening injury and the prospect of undergoing experimental surgery, Kai has offered only vague explanations for their lack of presence. The contrast between the gravity of his situation and the non-appearance of any parental figure has raised considerable concern. Kai's dismissive remarks regarding his parents, claiming they are supportive yet unavailable due to being abroad, are fraught with inconsistencies. Psychological interpretations suggest emotional avoidance, potentially linked to past trauma or strained family relationships. His evasiveness, coupled with a lack of any digital or emotional connection, reinforces viewer skepticism about the credibility of his narrative. Another key element driving the mystery is Drew Kane's personal and financial investment in Kay's medical treatment. The absence of parental consent for a young adult's experimental procedure is an anomaly under typical medical ethics, especially when the individual may still be dependent on family. This deviation from protocol has fueled theories of hidden connections between Drew and Kay's family. The GH fanbase has offered a range of theories, from estrangement due to family conflict to the possibility that Kay's parents are deceased and he is fabricating their absence. Others speculate that Kai may be the secret child of an established Port Charles character, with the writers intentionally preserving ambiguity to set up a future bombshell revelation. This strategy aligns with classic soap opera structure, where character backstories often serve as gateways to interconnected plotlines. Kai's storyline also opens the door to broader cultural representation. As an African-American character with a developing arc, the eventual disclosure of his family background has the potential to explore diverse familial experiences, enriching the show's portrayal of community and identity. His relationship with Trina Robinson may also serve as a conduit for these deeper themes. With Kay's surgery on the horizon, narrative tension is at a peak. Medical crises in soap operas frequently act as pivotal points, triggering revelations, emotional confrontations, or the arrival of previously unseen characters. Whether Kay's parents emerge at the last minute or remain missing, This moment is likely to deliver crucial insights into his origins. Kay's unresolved family mystery could have broader implications for existing storylines. His connection to Drew Kane hints at deeper family ties, potentially linking him to the Kane or Cordain families. Furthermore, his growing bond with Trina may lead to unexpected overlaps between their family narratives. As General Hospital approaches a critical chapter in Kai Taylor's journey, the storyline remains a well-crafted enigma. The writers have skillfully sustained viewer engagement by providing minimal yet strategically placed clues. Whether the truth involves long-lost family, hidden identities, or elaborate deceptions, the upcoming episodes promise to deliver impactful revelations. In a recent series of explosive developments on General Hospital, Willow finds herself at the center of a spiraling crisis that blurs the lines between physical danger, emotional upheaval, and high-stakes conspiracy. Her story begins with a quiet but unsettling shift, subtle physical changes that evolve into a life-altering realization. Willow is pregnant. The news is anything but joyful. The pregnancy not only arrives at a time when Willow is still grappling with serious health issues, but it also complicates her already fragile relationship with Drew. Once her emotional anchor, Drew has transformed into a figure of mistrust, his actions laced with manipulation and secrecy. This unexpected pregnancy threatens to either bind them in conflict or permanently sever their connection. Willow's condition deteriorates after she travels to Germany for medical treatment. What starts as a hopeful pursuit of healing quickly becomes a descent into paranoia and fear. As routine checkups unveil complications with the pregnancy, doctors warn her of severe risks to both her health and the baby's. The threat of miscarriage looms large. Simultaneously, Willow begins sensing something far more insidious at play. She suspects external interference, possibly experimental drugs or unauthorized medical procedures, contributing to her declining health. The hospital environment, once a place of healing, feels increasingly oppressive and surveilled. Jason Morgan, alerted by signs that things are dangerously wrong, embarks on a critical mission to Germany. His goal is not just to support Willow, but to uncover the hidden forces potentially endangering her life. Jason's investigation begins peeling back layers of a covert operation, one that implicates medical professionals and potentially links back to Drew himself. As he connects the dots, Jason starts to suspect a broader conspiracy manipulating Willow's condition for reasons unknown. Meanwhile, Willow wrestles with isolation and emotional turmoil. Michael's prolonged absence during this crisis only deepens her sense of abandonment. Once a figure of strength and support, Michael now appears disengaged, leaving Willow to battle illness, pregnancy complications, and emotional betrayal on her own. Her anxiety grows, not just for her health and the baby's survival, but for the uncertain future that now lies before her. Back in Port Charles, Michael's return is imminent, but his re-entry is far from a simple homecoming. Tensions between him, Willow, and Drew intensify as the truth about the pregnancy surfaces. What once seemed like a stable triangle of trust and familiarity is now fractured by revelations, resentments, and personal agendas. Michael's dynamic with Drew evolves from brotherly camaraderie to guarded suspicion, as motives are questioned and past loyalties dissolve. This storyline marks a dramatic turning point. Willow's struggle is no longer just a fight for physical survival, it's a confrontation with betrayal, control, and truth. Jason's involvement signals a deeper unraveling of secrets, while Michael's return adds fuel to a volatile emotional landscape. As all three characters navigate an increasingly dangerous web of health risks and personal fallout, General Hospital sets the stage for a powerful, multi-layered drama. In the coming episodes, viewers can expect significant emotional reckonings, medical emergencies, and the exposure of hidden agendas that could permanently alter the lives of Willow, Drew, Jason, and Michael. The question remains, can Willow reclaim her agency and protect her unborn child, or will she become a casualty of forces far beyond her control? Port Charles braces for a cascade of pivotal revelations and dramatic shifts in Monday's episode of General Hospital, airing April 28, 2025. This episode sets the stage for high-impact developments across multiple plotlines, reinforcing the soap's signature blend of emotional tension, legacy character confrontations, and shifting alliances. The core of Monday's episode is driven by Willow Tate Corinthos' pursuit of her husband Michael, now undergoing treatment at a German burn center following a warehouse explosion. Despite warnings, Willow travels overseas and pleads for access to Michael, only to face institutional resistance. Unbeknownst to her, Carlys Spencer has taken steps to limit Willow's access, allegedly to protect Michael's recovery, though questions arise about Carlys' pattern of overreach in her children's lives. The legal and emotional implications of Carlys' interference could have lasting effects. Back in Port Charles, Molly Lansing Davis discovers commitment papers naming her sister, Kristina Corinthos Davis, while searching Alexis Davis's legal files. These documents, tied to Kristina's time at Harmony's Wellness Center, were retained by Alexis despite never being executed. This discovery prompts Molly to confide in Cody Bell, but her delay may prove critical. Kristina also finds the documents, resulting in immediate feelings of betrayal. The fallout threatens to destabilize the Davis family, just as fragile reconciliation seemed possible. Tensions escalate on the financial front as Ava Jerome notifies Alexis of urgent changes needed in their financial arrangement. This appears linked to the Jerome Gallery's legal troubles and may also intersect with Sonny Corinthos' offshore accounts investigation. Meanwhile, inside General Hospital, Carly receives grim updates on Sonny's post-assassination condition, potentially indicating long-term neurological damage. Parallel to this, Nina Reeves approaches Dr. Portia Robinson with a proposal that may realign hospital board alliances. Her interest in countering Drew Kane's influence suggests a calculated maneuver that could redefine both hospital governance and her own standing, though historically, Nina's schemes often yield unpredictable consequences. Brooklyn Quartermain is confronted by Lulu Spencer over secrets concerning the adoption of Giovanni Gio Palmieri. Their tense exchange is interrupted by Dante Falconeri, whose growing suspicions about inconsistencies in the adoption case could prompt formal investigation. The situation highlights the ethical challenges of familial protection versus legal transparency and introduces the potential for serious legal ramifications. Each of these narratives begins to converge, signaling a significant setup for May sweeps. The threads involving Sonny's medical crisis, Nina's political plays, Willow's blocked reunion, and the Davis family tensions suggest that characters may be forced into unexpected alliances or confrontations. These compounded tensions are set to explode in upcoming episodes, offering high emotional stakes. Monday's preview also teases the potential return of legacy characters, hinting at seismic shifts in Port Charles. Brenda Barrett, with Sonny's health in jeopardy, rumors swirl about Brenda's return. Her reappearance could reignite long-dormant tensions and emotionally disrupt Carly's already fragile dynamic with Sonny. Dylan Quartermain. Lulu Spencer's awakening may coincide with Dylan's comeback, potentially reintroducing unresolved romantic storylines and intra-family conflicts within the Quartermain estate. Spencer Cassadine. Speculation intensifies around Spencer's fate, as some believe he may have faked his death. His return would not only shock Trina Robinson, but could also destabilize the Cassadine power structure, especially if Spencer aims to reclaim his legacy from Valentin. The episode concludes with a focus on Natalia Ramirez, whose past involvement with Jen Sidwell has come to light. Her recent betrayal of Sonny and loss of status at Deception has left her isolated. The narrative explores two potential paths. Either Natalia succumbs to the allure of power, aligning with Sidwell, or she reinvents herself as a double agent to undermine him from within. Her decision will determine whether she becomes a formidable antagonist or a redeemed insider seeking justice. General Hospital enters a critical phase where deeply buried secrets, unexpected returns, and high-stakes power plays converge. Monday's episode is not just a standalone. It's a foundational moment building toward major shifts in character dynamics and long-term arcs. Viewers should prepare for a series of turning points that could permanently alter the Port Charles landscape. In a dramatic sequence of events that shook Port Charles to its core, General Hospital unveiled a series of life-altering revelations, beginning with Harrison Chase's emotionally charged decision to adopt a child and culminating in the long-buried truth about Gio Palmieri's parentage. Harrison Chase, quietly burdened by infertility, had long envisioned fatherhood as a natural next step in his marriage with Brooke Lynn Quartermaine. The inability to conceive had created an emotional undercurrent of loss, despite Brooke Lynn's continued support. It was during one of their heartfelt discussions that Brooke Lynn suggested adoption, a proposal initially met with hesitation. Chase feared he wouldn't feel the same bond with a child not biologically his. However, with Brooke Lynn's patience and encouragement, the couple agreed to pursue adoption. As fate would have it, external pressures soon derailed their plans. Brooke Lynn was entangled in ELQ business issues, while Chase was consumed by an undercover operation. But rather than let the dream fade, Chase made a bold decision. He would proceed with the adoption in secret as a gesture of love and commitment. Chase connected with Street Joseph's Home for Children and was instantly captivated by baby Ava, an abandoned infant with no records or claims. Utilizing his resources at the PCPD and securing legal assistance through owed favors, Chase expedited the adoption process. He cleverly acquired Brooke Lynn's necessary signature through a disguised ELQ document, believing his actions were justified by love rather than deceit. When Chase arrived home holding Ava, Brooke Lynn was stunned. Though overwhelmed at first, her shock quickly gave way to tears and tenderness as she embraced the child. But the peace was short-lived. To celebrate Ava's arrival, Brooke Lynn and Chase hosted a welcome party, an event that would become the epicenter of scandal. Among the guests was Lulu Spencer, who had been quietly investigating Gio Palmieri's origins. With mounting evidence and a series of DNA tests, Lulu determined that Gio was not just a musical prodigy. He was the secret son of Brooke Lynn and Dante Falconeri. During a toast, Lulu publicly exposed the truth. Gio was their child, and Lois Cerullo, Brooke Lynn's mother, had known all along. The room descended into chaos. Lois admitted to concealing the truth to protect her daughter from premature motherhood and shield Gio from potential threats, particularly from the Cassadines. Brooke Lynn was devastated. Chase, reeling from the public revelation and what it meant for his relationship, questioned the foundation of their future. He felt betrayed not just by Brooke Lynn, but by a system of secrets that had defined their lives. The emotional aftermath was severe. Gio, hurt and disillusioned, struggled with his newfound identity. Dante, too, was stunned by the realization that he had unknowingly fathered a child. Amid the turmoil, Chase chose to separate from Brooke Lynn, citing irreconcilable differences. He retained custody of Ava, dedicating himself fully to fatherhood while distancing himself from the unraveling family drama. Brooke Lynn faced the painful task of repairing relationships with Gio, with Dante, and with her mother. The Quartermaine estate, once a symbol of legacy and stability, now stood as ground zero for mistrust and emotional fallout. As Chase attempted to reconcile his actions and emotions, he uncovered inconsistencies in Gio's adoption timeline and medical records. His findings hinted at deeper manipulations and possibly criminal activity. With assistance from Jordan Ashford, Chase began a deeper probe. Just when he believed the worst was behind him, Chase received a cryptic call from Alex Devane. The message was chilling. Both Brooke Lynn and Ava were connected to something larger, a secret that extended beyond the walls of Port Charles. Chase's act of love, adopting Ava, sparked a series of revelations that dismantled long-held illusions in Port Charles. What began as a heartfelt gesture spiraled into a legacy of deception, fractured relationships, and ominous clues about a broader conspiracy. In a town where no secret remains buried forever, the story is far from over. As Port Charles braces for the next revelation, one thing is clear. Every action has a consequence, and every truth demands its reckoning. In a whirlwind of heartbreak and intrigue, the entertainment world has been rocked by two seismic events that have left fans reeling. The notorious mafia boss, whose shadow loomed large over the underworld, has been officially declared dead, sending shockwaves through the criminal empire he once ruled with an iron fist. Simultaneously, in a gut punch to soap opera devotees, beloved actor Maurice Benard has dropped a bombshell. He's bidding farewell to General Hospital, the iconic show where he's captivated audiences for decades as the enigmatic Sonny Corinthos. Buckle up, because these twin tragedies are unraveling with all the drama of a primetime cliffhanger. First, the chilling confirmation of the mafia titan's demise. For years, this elusive figure dominated headlines, his name whispered in fear from dark alleys to high-stakes boardrooms. Authorities have now sealed the case, declaring his death official after a labyrinth of rumors, sightings, and cryptic clues kept the world guessing. Was it a rival's bullet, a betrayal from within, or a meticulously staged vanishing act gone wrong? The details remain shrouded in mystery, fueling wild speculation. His empire, built on secrets and blood, teeters on the edge of chaos as power-hungry lieutenants scramble to claim the throne. What dark truths will surface in the wake of his fall? The world watches, breathless, as this real-life crime saga unfolds. As if that weren't enough to set pulses racing, the soap opera realm has been struck by its own earth-shattering blow. Maurice Benard, the heart and soul of General Hospital, has announced his departure from the show that made him a household name. For over 3 decades, Benard's portrayal of Sonny Corinthos, a brooding, complex mobster with a heart of gold, has been the beating pulse of Port Charles. His magnetic performance earned him legions of fans and critical acclaim, including multiple Daytime Emmy Awards. But now, the curtain is falling on this legendary chapter. "It's time," Benard said in a cryptic statement that left more questions than answers. Is he chasing new horizons, or is there more to this sudden exit than meets the eye? Fans are spiraling into a frenzy, flooding social media with tearful tributes and desperate pleas for answers. Will Sonny's story end in a blaze of glory, or will the show dare to recast its most iconic role? The ripple effects are already felt, with speculation swirling about how General Hospital will navigate this seismic loss. For a show built on tangled love stories and high-stakes drama, Benard's exit is a plot twist no one saw coming. As the dust settles on these twin bombshells, one thing is certain: the world is watching, gripped by curiosity and dread. A mafia kingpin's empire crumbles, and a soap opera legend steps into the unknown. What secrets will unravel next? Stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and the next chapter promises to be nothing short of explosive. Port Charles is about to explode with secrets, scandals, and shocking revelations. General Hospital spoilers for the week of April 28. May 2 tease near-death encounters, romantic turmoil, and fierce confrontations. Carly rushes to save Sonny, while Kristina uncovers a betrayal that reignites her fury. Trina faces heartbreak, Lulu stirs old feelings, and Jocelyn enters a heated rivalry. This week, every storyline pushes the characters closer to life-altering decisions. When Sonny Corinthos finds himself under attack in a hospital in Leh, Carly Spencer races in to save him. A fake nurse, likely sent to end Sonny's life, nearly succeeds, but Carly's quick thinking stops the chaos. However, the danger isn't over yet. Carly grows suspicious of Jack Brennan after connecting the dots. All signs point to Colette Moreau as the possible assassin. Carly confronts Brennan and demands answers about Colette's involvement. Though Brennan denies responsibility, Carly isn't convinced. Her instincts tell her that Brennan may be hiding something far more sinister. After surviving yet another assassination attempt, Sonny begins the slow path to recovery. Those closest to him breathe a sigh of relief. But Sonny's near-death experience leaves everyone shaken, especially Carly, who now has her doubts about who in Sonny's orbit can be trusted. The threat is real, and it's not over. With Colette's name floating around and Brennan's ties to shady dealings, the fallout from this incident may trigger more trouble in Port Charles. Across town, Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor share an intimate night as Kai prepares for a dangerous surgery. Their bond deepens, but the uncertainty of what lies ahead hangs heavy. Kai is hopeful that this operation will change his life for the better, but the risk is terrifying. He may come out stronger, or he may face paralysis. Their romantic connection offers a moment of peace, but a heartbreaking outcome could await them on the other side of the hospital bed. Meanwhile, Lulu Spencer drops an emotional bombshell on Dante Falconeri. She finally confesses her lingering love for him, throwing his current relationship with Brooklyn Quartermain into chaos. Tensions rise as Brooklyn fears what Lulu might do next. Lulu holds a dangerous secret. She knows Brooklyn gave up Dan's baby for adoption. That truth could destroy Brooklyn's standing with Dant if revealed. As emotions flare, Brooklyn scrambles to keep everything under wraps. Jocelyn Jacks is on a mission to land a research assistant position with Professor Henry Dalton. Her determination is fierce, but so is her competition. Emma Scorpio Drake is also eyeing the same opportunity. Jocelyn tries to charm her way to the top, but Emma won't back down. This rivalry escalates fast, setting the stage for more than just academic conflict. With both young women fighting for recognition, lines will be crossed, and consequences will follow. Kristina Corinthos Davis is blindsided after learning the truth about Ava Jerome's latest scheme. Ava and Rick Lansing are blackmailing Alexis Davis for cash, and Kristina finds out in the worst way. Her anger toward Ava, once buried, now erupts with full force. Kristina feels betrayed and vows to protect her mother at all costs. With Ava in her crosshairs, another major confrontation is on the horizon. Kristina is done playing nice, and this time, she means business. From deadly secrets to romantic heartbreaks, General Hospital spoilers promise a week of unforgettable moments. Carly wants justice. Kristina demands revenge. Trina prays for a miracle. And the truth is ready to blow everything apart. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.